Stagnation, welcome back to the channel.
Champions.
Double O.
Yes, sir.
Like cocaine at the White House. I have bedtime story for you.
Tell us.
Look at this situation. I'm just going to read this. This is a message. This is Discord. Where I'm seeing now. Okay. And this is a message that was passed around. Listen, if you've been in the crypto space for a while now, as a matter of fact, if you've not been under the rock, you will know that news is more reliable outside of mainstream media.
Yes.
Twitter
Discord,
news,
Telegram.
Right? Exactly. You will see the real. Okay? Unfiltered. Not something that MSNBC has designed or tailored it in a way that you can now, they inspire how you think of the information. This one here, we'll just read it. Come up with your own assumptions. But I think that this is something that we've been speaking about for a very long time. Mm-hmm. So this message reads, I am Douglas Park, duly elected legal counsel to Banbridge DAO. Banbridge DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization. Okay? This word decentralized is going to get a lot of people wrecked.
The interim developers just told you that decentralized is just a tag word.
Exactly. So I am letting you know that the Security and Exchange Commission is investigating Banbridge DAO and individuals associated with the DAO and individuals associated with the DAO. Mm-hmm. Because the SEC's investigation is ongoing and non-public, I am limited in the information that I will share publicly. To further reduce potential further legal liability, existing liquidity pools should be closed and no more liquidity pools should be started. All work on Banbridge related products should stop and individuals should no longer be compensated for any work they do related to Banbridge until further notice. Moreover, Tyler Ward and Troy Murray will not comment on the investigation or any other matters concerning Banbridge DAO for the time being. Thanks for your understanding and cooperation.
I thought autonomous organization meant that there was no individuals behind it. That was just all code.
Hey, no, I mean, listen, man. At any moment now, they'll probably send a letter like this to Satoshi.
Oh, as a matter of fact,
you
know what's funny? When this become mainstream media news,
yeah,
DAOs, right? DeFi,
yeah,
then you start seeing another price action driver.
It'll be too late. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. What was it? March 13th. Mm-hmm. The U.S. Treasury, right?
Mm-hmm. The same U.S. Treasury, the BlackRock.
Yeah, the U.S. Treasury currently run by BlackRock. They said they're going to be releasing a risk assessment analysis around the criminal use of decentralized finance technology. Not just the use of decentralized finance technology, but the criminal use of decentralized finance technology. I want to point out as well that at some point in time, there was an article written where Larry Fink referred to Bitcoin as criminal money laundering instrument. Maybe. And so now that you're engaged in it, it's suddenly no longer criminal. Listen, I'm not a crypto proponent. I don't push crypto. I don't like crypto. I don't care. We call it shit coins here all the time. Okay? But fair is fair. Okay? Fair is fair. I'm not going to bash someone just because, listen, we give you the details. We tell you, like, listen, these people say is decentralized. It's not decentralized. It's a straight up lie. If something is decentralized, but there is a small group of people that have this capability of controlling it,
keep the tokens for themselves,
it is not decentralized. All right. So now we see now that they're going to be releasing this this report of criminal use of this decentralized of DeFi essentially, and I don't know. It seems to me that this is another step towards this monopolization and capturing of the crypto space. But then again, it should have been obvious. Double up. What do you think?
Obvious.
Yeah.
Remember, was it last year we were helping somebody on a project of trying to use blockchain technology to automate or simplify the tipping process, how you tip people. And we
yes.
interviewed some developers.
Yes.
And here's the story of how DeFi works. Literally very simple. You pay a bunch of people a bunch of money to create a token for you.
Right.
You keep a percentage of that same token.
Massive
And
percentage.
part of that money that you pay them a ton of money, almost $500,000.
Yeah.
They will use that to put that token on the exchanges, pump it up, and dump on you. That is how it's been. A lot of this technology is the same thing the banking systems do. Literally, it's not even blockchain technology.
Yeah.
It's literally banking, but without regulation.
Absolutely. It's all the same thing. And it's criminal as long as BlackRock or those guys over there say it is. Right?
I mean, we have literally had to pull off our own initial project because of all of this.
Absolutely. Oh, dude, absolutely. I'm so glad. Like, dude, imagine what would have been dealing with. It would have been non-stop fire, because it just seems that these people are out to wreck everything. And you got to understand, this is the battle that many people in this space have spoken about, right? We cannot expect the government to be going out laying down, okay?
But the blockchain technology can self-regulate.
It's
because of the bad actors.
If you look at Bitcoin, okay, it's doing its thing, steadily doing its thing. This even when we say the blockchain technology can self-regulate, right? The disappointing part is that there is no use case that these things have really come forth with that is really been that beneficial to society. Okay, here's a couple things. First, it started with the lie that is decentralized. None of this stuff is decentralized, for sure. When it comes to this shitcoinery, okay, there is a capability to KYC.
They actually enforce it now. So your Uniswap, your Uniswap, and everything, you think it's a DEX, a decentralized exchange, which the government has no control over. I'm sorry, that's getting taxed now.
So DAOs are centralized.
Yep.
DeFi is centralized. It is KYC. It is manipulated. And really, anyone in it has really lost money. People have been steadily losing money over the past how many years?
We've lost money.
Rock pools have been non-stop.
The transaction fees on them alone, it's
enough. Absolutely atrocious, right? So it is very clear. We've seen there's multiple articles right now that will clearly indicate to you that most of these protocols are not decentralized. I will go as far as to say all of them are really not decentralized at all. Bitcoin is only the one that is the most decentralized out of all of them. I know the decentralization thing will go on the spectrum. Some people would like to say, but I think that if we look at the level of decentralization that Bitcoin has attained, it's more than good enough. And it will only improve from here on out. Another point we'll point out here. These DAOs that govern these protocols, right? In many cases, the developers grant themselves large amounts of these coins, like Double already mentioned, right? It's the magnitude of the coins that comes. Is this the same thing as ICO, right? Except that in the stock market, once they put it on the exchange, right, or an S&P or wherever it's going to be,
ICO, NASDAQ.
Then your initial, your VC,
the
your
founder
VC guys,
team, the VC guys take
they
the
all
money,
dump on
the
everyone.
Series,
yeah, they dump on everyone.
They have a period where they can get old and they can't sell, but once that period is over,
what period, man? What period? This is the thing. They write down the period, dude. These guys can sell it all. Who is going to do anything to them, dude?
In the dark pool,
they literally determine what is criminal or not. They can sell it anytime.
It's no different from what's going on in the IPO market or in the banking system, except for they're doing it now without regulations.
Exactly.
And they really got in there really quickly to do all of that, to make all the money and get out before regulators come around.
Exactly. Right. Another thing, the U.S. Treasury believes that it is imperative to work with regulators internationally, okay, to close the gaps and ensure that DeFi operators won't just be able to relocate internationally. So now, I guess they're wising up, and of course, the crypto people are saying, "Oh, well, we're gonna leave and go to another place, and so on and so forth."
If the World Bank is there, if the World Economic Forum is there, which is mostly every nation, they're coming for you. And you know what's funny?
I'll actually go ahead. Yeah.
These are developers, right? Why would you trust a developer with your money in their system when they can just change the code or attack their own code and say that it got hacked?
Yes, that is something that people have not thought about. It's interesting.
They're people.
Yeah. Now, someone could say, why would you trust Bitcoin either? Can the same thing happen to it? The difference with Bitcoin is it's open source. You can go and look at the code yourself. You can verify it, test it, and so on and so forth. These DAOs and so on, a lot of times they do these things and then they switch up their code. There's been literally lots of stories of them putting forward this code that looks like it's all good. And then at the time when it's pushed onto the exchange, suddenly something was conveniently changed.
2,000% return, remember?
Mm-hmm. Hey, for a sudden rock pool.
1,000% return. Right? You put $1,000 in there, your $1,000 is not coming back. Trust me.
Now, here's one other thing I'll add to this situation with the U.S. Treasury trying to set up this international coalition to block DeFi. Right? If these countries, yes, the U.S. Treasury, sponsored by BlackRock, if the U.S. Treasury, if these countries were not so in debt to people like the IMF and so on and so forth, the U.S. Treasury would not have the leverage to come and approach them and try to force down their throat what they can or cannot accept. I'm not saying that I'm supporting crypto going to another place to go continue rock pulling people, but the reality of this is we need to keep it fair. Facts. And if you say that you're a certain DAO or whatever you are, your work should prove itself. If it's not proving itself, then it should be eliminated. And that will be eliminated by the market, by people realizing that you're a scam and leaving, right? People being informed on what is going on here. Because with the US Treasury doing this, I don't think that they're doing this to protect investors. They're doing it so that they can corner the market and manage this whole situation.
It's needed, right? For the US to maintain its power.
Exactly.
That's their job.
There's a reason why BlackRock is holding 8 trillion of our money. It's because they're accumulating everybody's money. And to a certain extent, if all of this money is now converted to CBDC, I can see how they can have direct access to financially censor your life. All right. Now, actors from the Democratic North Republic and North Korea and other scammers are able to exploit non-compliance from DeFi protocols and to launder money, etc., etc.
That's what regulations have done for the banking. They've made it a little bit more difficult for bankers to just not do anything. Like their security protocols have to be super high.
Yeah.
Right. But now you say, oh, you want to be decentralized, so-called decentralized, and not be regulated or not controlled. So these developers, as you know, you write code anyway, anyhow.
Right.
China, North Korea, Russia, they're coming for it. Even Americans, a freaking 15-year-old kid from Russia can hack your protocol easily.
Absolutely. So from day one, from the get-go, well, let's not say from day one, because we participated in it ourselves. So we're not just talking about this from a point of
lessons learned.
We're not talking about this from a point of we've read an article and we're telling you, right? This is one of those situations where we could be writing an article just as well as anyone else out there, because this environment, this space, we are living it and we're experiencing it ourselves as well as you are. So we're able to sit here now and just give you our analysis on the situation, just in case if you're someone who is still believing in these things. It's something to consider. You have to consider it. These are conversations that are worth having, right? Can you prove that the thing is truly decentralized and your money is not at risk? This is what investing is all about, right? Managing risk.
Does your DAO have multi-sig? Because that's one way to manage risk, right?
Yeah.
Does it have SegWit?
It might have it, but then I might change the code tomorrow. And then, then at that point in time, we can really call it decentralized. Yeah, you see all this decentralized stuff going on here? You know what I mean? There is no way they can stop all this crypto, man. It's fully decentralized, Tabi. Now, here's the thing. Some people will never learn from these things.
No.
The institutions are clearly aligning themselves. I think one of the reasons why it possibly took this long for them to really start taking this action is probably because they probably wanted to go around the world probably and create this global alliance, right? Kind of getting people together so that when we ban something on this side, you guys are going to follow suit and do the same. Don't let them come your way. So they're trying to trap people who really have the free will to do these things, okay? People have the right to do anything. Does not mean it has to be good or bad.
So what happened with China?
Right, exactly.
So what happened with Canada?
Exactly, right? In fact, when it comes to this coding and all of these things like that, okay, we don't really know if we can define these things as good as it. The rug pulling piece of it is bad. The lying is bad. Trying to innovate is not a bad thing.
Nope.
Right? And maybe we cannot say it's a good thing either, but it's one of those things that as a society, it must be open for conversation for all of us to discuss and understand where we fall within it. Not BlackRock or elites determining what can or cannot be legal, criminal, allowed, published, whatever the case might be. So that's where I stand on that. And I think that people were still believing that these things are decentralized, and especially people who are still buying these things. May your money be blessed as it gets shredded. You are what you know points are. You have lost. Double up.
I think we've said enough today. Some people learn from other people's mistakes. Some people rather go through the mistakes themselves. We try to transfer the knowledge gained to you guys on this show.
Yeah.
We hope you're paying attention and listening. We got wrecked on a couple of DAOs that we got into a year or two ago. All of the money is gone, never to be seen again.
We were in a learning phase as well.
Yeah,
I would say we were in a learning phase, right? So we got in there, we did those things, and we lost all of that money. So now that we have learned, we've lost all of that money. If we continue putting money into it, that would be asinine. We learned that was the problem. We lost money, and we're like, well, why is it this way? And we kept digging, and the more we kept digging, we found ourselves backing away from the situation. I was on every exchange at one point, dude. Right?
You tested everything. You were in it.
I was on every
centralized exchange.
Yeah.
This guy was putting money into it, trying to get yield.
So much, man. And to come from all of that to now be in a point where I'm literally just Bitcoin and then like Dogecoin on the side for shits and giggles, because we love the art of trading. We love the art of investing. Right? That is part of what this is all about. Like when we talk about technical analysis and so on and so forth, it's an art, man. People may believe in it or not, people may like it or not, but this ability to be able to jump in there and analyze things, take risk, strategize, and then it turns out to be okay. Listen, it's like hunting, right? Kind of like that. Is that something? Yeah. Some people might call it gambling. Fine, go to the casino. We're going to be on the exchange trading Dogecoin, but to be engaged in all of these things that are happening in this space here, that is insane, and that is definitely not what Bitcoin is about. So, I think if you still think it's decentralized, man, we only have one thing to tell you. May your bank account rest in peace. Double up.
Yes, talking about exchanges and trading, we are strong believers in Bitcoin.
Yeah. But
if you're interested in learning how to trade to increase your risk profile, trade in the space, we're not recommending that you trade Bitcoin, but you want to trade the coins that you think will be around for a while. Good luck to you. We can teach you how to do that. We can also teach you, more importantly, how to store your own Bitcoin in your own wallets. If you're interested in knowing about that, definitely follow us or ping us as well.
Absolutely.
And more importantly, Bitcoin. If you want to learn about Bitcoin, our time is free. It's free to get Bitcoin. We will get you there. We'll give you the information needed to get you to be a Bitcoiner, or at least to understand why Bitcoin is the answer.
Absolutely. Now, I think that should be it then. Just also clarify one more thing. We will not recommend any coins. We will only teach you technical analysis. We do not recommend coins. You have to do that stuff yourself. No way. Well then, ladies and gentlemen, if you would please, subscribe to the channel.
Be a champion.
Let me add one thing, man. You guys are absolute legends, man. We crossed 1,000 subscribers, man. That made me so happy. I don't know what is YouTube's qualifications for monetization and stuff like that, but who knows? You might see a video at some point now. You don't need to start throwing ads on your stuff?
No, we need to get to, I think, 10,000 or 40,000 views, something like that.
Oh yeah? Is that what it is? Okay. These people are scammers, man. They keep moving the goalposts. Idiots. Anyway, they'll probably ban us off their platform. But who cares, man? Looking at the way things are going, bro, we cannot keep backing up, okay? Because the more we back up, the more they keep pressing on us, okay? Look at Zuckerberg. He just released a fake Twitter, and they're already banning people on the fake Twitter.
Thread. Threaded on the thread.
these guys are insane.
Tread another tread.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, please subscribe to the channel. Follow us on Twitter at STAKK, and of course, we're also on Spotify at STAKK. We're going to be on Rumble as well soon. Until next time, brazen out.